Hello and welcome back to the Fast Lane. In today's video, we are doing my first ever service on the Audi TT. Now, part of what's triggered me to do the service on this car is because the oil service light has come up on the dashboard. Now, the other reason for doing a service is because this is a new car that I bought for the channel, and it's always good to do a service on a new car so that you know it's done. Now, looking at the service history for this Audi TT, I noticed that it was done about this time last year, in which they changed the spark plugs, oil filter and some other bits, and this is the price it came to. Yep, you're reading that right, it cost about £400 to get this car serviced. So in this video, I'm going to do the exact same service, the same parts changed, and see if I can get it done for any cheaper. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video to see the full cost breakdown. Now, if this is your first time watching the channel, the whole point is I have basically no knowledge on working on cars, but what I do is I get my hands stuck in and I learn while doing. So if I can service this car, then you definitely can too. What I'm really interested to see is how easy this service is going to be in comparison with my Ford Fiesta, because that was the first service that I had done on any car and it went kind of all right. So I'm hoping this one's just as easy. So part of looking after your car and servicing it is also cleaning it. So let's get that done first and then we can go under the bonnet. With the car now cleaned, it's time to get it jacked up and then I can go under the car to start this service. Okay, so to change the oil, I had to go under the car. And under the car, there is a whole under tray. I don't know if you can see that. This thing, which is holding with loads of Torx bits. We need to take this out before we can get to any of the extra bits. There's like screws all the way along. So let's unscrew this and get it out. Now, of course, there's also some clips at the very back, and because I'm working on a driveway, I literally have to bum scoot the whole way under there. Yeah, I really do wish I had a 2-post lift. Despite struggling with the tight space I've given myself, that is the under tray out. So now we can actually think about removing the oil out of the engine. Okay, with the tray removed, I can actually see under the car properly now. You can actually see all the stuff under here now. And you can see the plastic sump here. That's why it also has a plastic sump plug as well. Let me just get a light. All right, let's try this again. So now that I've got a light, I can show you properly. That there is the plastic sump plug. So these are the replacement ones I've got. You can see them here. Hopefully just unscrew this and it should come out. Depends how tight someone's. Now that's coming out so easy. I'm ready for oil to literally fly out. There you go. Grab it. Oh, that's actually quite warm. Oh, this is why we wear gloves. A dark colour. Definitely needed a change. Glad I wore gloves as well. Only thing is, the driveway's on a slight tilt. So I do worry that because this is going to fill up quite close to the top, it's going to spill over. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Okay, that oil has been pouring out for ages. It's still going. I just still need to take off this oil filter. Now to get to it, this thing has to come off. Isn't that bad? I did it one-handed. I spoke too soon. I can't see what's there. It's just... So now I can get a 32-bit. Perfectly on top there. Now when I crack this, it should let more oil out. So when I crack it, I've also got a rag here because sometimes the oil I think can come out. But I can hear loads more pouring out now. It's got this weird little plungery bit. I don't know if it's meant to have that or what. I've never seen that before. Okay, so that's the oil filter, which we've got a new one, and we've got a new one of these seals as well. So this here is the old oil filter, which we can literally just pop straight out. It comes literally straight out there. Now, all we need to do is literally take this, slide it over the top, and press it in. That's it, nice clip, and it's in. Oh, maybe I should have done this ring first. Brings out the brand new fresh ring to go on. Now, to make sure this makes a good seal when it goes on, what I've also got to do, get some fresh oil and just rub it round. I think it also makes sure the seal doesn't dry out. So let's get some fresh oil on that seal as well, and then this is ready to go back in. This should have stopped dripping now. Pull this out. There we go. And it definitely looks very dark, so it definitely needed changing. That actually fits perfectly, this screwdriver. So I've got this oil filter with a fresh bit of oil and the new filter in and the new seal. Just going to screw it in hand tight style. It says on it 25+5. This thing isn't great with the lower range. I need to get a better one, but that will literally be fine. Now I want to get it as close as possible. There you go. There we go, that's not too bad. Now let's just see. I can't see any leaks. Should take literally all of this. It's 5.7, I think. What I've realised I haven't done is actually run the engine, because once it runs through the engine, that level should go down. So we'll do that, and you might even have to have more. So let's do that. What I found was after I run the engine for a few minutes, it was then giving me a much more accurate oil level reading. So at this point, I could now put the under tray back on and then top up the last little bit of oil. Now, because my driveway is not perfectly level, as you can see, I have a little trick. What I do is I just slightly lower it down on the jack until it gets level, and then I do the oil top up. With this setup, I get a much more accurate oil level reading, and I can see that it's between the two bits it's meant to be. However, I want it to be slightly nearer the top, so I added a little bit more. With that done, I can lower the car and focus on the next part, which is the air filter. I just need to open up the housing using some T25 bits, and then I can get to the air filter itself. Simple as getting the old one, pulling it out. Oh, it comes with... Is this part of it? I don't know if my one comes with this bit. I'll have to have a look. Right, I got myself one of these, and hopefully I'll be able to get rid of all the dust using this thing. Let's see how it works. See, the difference is, look, mine doesn't have this white foamy bit. I don't know if it's meant to. Look, it's like glued in. Saying that, there's like this strip of glue here. Don't think you're meant to do this. Yeah, I'm really not sure what that white foamy bit is. If you do know, let me know down in the comments, but I'm just going to fit this one for now and hope that's okay. With the new air filter fitted, it's time to move on to the spark plugs. Now, I found the coil packs a little bit more fiddly on this compared to when I did it on the Fiesta, but it wasn't too bad, just had to kind of wiggle them out and eventually they came out. Right, I got the coil packs out. As you can see, they're in order to go back in like that. Hopefully that way I don't make any mistakes. And then down in these holes, we've got the spark plugs, and we have a kind of 10mm socket spark plug remover tool. So we're gonna use that to get them out. That's it, break it loose. Okay, so that is one of the spark plugs out. So I've got myself 4 NGK laser platinum spark plugs to go back in to replace the old Bosch ones that were in there. The spark plug's already in there, but when you're tightening it up, literally just hand tighten all the way. There we go, so that's tight on my hand now. Grab your socket, literally, that feels tight. That's it, that's fine. That's it, all the spark plugs are in and tightened. I've now just got to put the coil packs in and this job is done. Okay, with the spark plugs in, just need to get this case or this kind of cap thing back on top. And then that is basically it for under the engine. We do have a few other little bits to get sorted before we are fully done. But let's put this back on. Hopefully I can do it one-handed. Sorry, it's a bit hard to film and show. So then once you match up with where it clips in, just give it a little push. And done. Okay, now before I close the bonnet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some soapy water and clean this engine bay as best I can. Because trust me, some of the parts in here are really gross. Okay, it's not perfect. I couldn't really get all of that grime out, but it's definitely better than it was before. Okay, with everything under the engine done, we're now coming into the car to sort out the cabin filter. So as far as I'm aware, the cabin filter is located in the glove compartment. It's actually, I think, pretty easy to change.
You can see this is in the glove box, and you can literally get your finger behind here and just pull. That comes out.
Using a flathead screwdriver, you just need to pop the 3 clips at the top and then it'll come out.
Them unclipped. You can lift up, shimmy it across to the right, and then it comes out just like that. Over to the right, squish it up, and then that's it, squish it out. Now this thing is filthy, and it would probably explain why it's been smelling musty when you put the AC on. There's just all this crap. This Bosch one seems a lot heavier, and I think the reason for that is because you can see by this black bit here, it's got like a layer of carbon the whole way through. So what that'll do is help, I think, basically act as like an antibacterial to stop any bacteria and stuff growing, which kind of makes it smell horrible, like mold and things like that. Let's get this one fitted back in, and then we should be all good to go. Just shove it in. Okay, it's in. Okay, last thing to do. Keeps beeping up just like that to change the oil, and obviously once you change the oil, you want that to stop. If you push across with this to the left, it then takes you here, and then you can go computer, drive select settings, driver assist, and then service. Click onto service, and then click on the car. So you just click again, and then look at service intervals. We can reset the oil interval. Yes, we want to do that. The oil interval has been reset. So now it says next oil change in 9,100 miles or 365 days. So coming back to the fact that if you wanted to get this service done by your local garage, it would probably cost you about £400. Now, let's have a look at the parts that I purchased and see how much that totaled to. So it cost me £193.28. Now I even got a 23% discount, bringing it down to £148.81. That's a massive saving of £246, basically £250 saved. That's not to mention the fact that I had to buy 10 litres of oil, so I've got 4.3 litres waiting for the next oil change. Now, of course, I'm not an expert and this didn't go up on a ramp, so maybe there's some stuff that I missed that the true mechanics might have spotted. But honestly, for a saving that big, I think it's honestly just a no-brainer. If you haven't yet, get out there and service your own car. It's so easy to do. You just need to get your hands stuck in, and that's what this channel is all about. But that is it for this video. If you did enjoy, please give it a like and subscribe. There's plenty more content to come on this car. There's loads of stuff I've still got planned, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. If you did enjoy this video, let me know down in the comments and suggest what do you think I should do next. That's it. I'll catch you in the next one.